Matthew 5 and 11. Blessed are ye when men shall revile you and persecute you, and shall say all manner of evil against you falsely for my name, for my sake. Rejoice and be exceeding glad, for great is your reward in heaven. For so persecuted they the prophets which were before you. I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone, and Shalom to the elect. And this lesson is going to go into how to rejoice and persecution. We got to get there. And through the Spirit, the Lord had me thinking upon that all week, of how the apostles, they laughed when they were scourged in the book of Acts, the 15th chapter. All right, they laughed when they were scourged. So it's like, man, you really got to be of a different caliber, man. You really got to be considered, crazy in a sense, to laugh when you are being persecuted. you know. So many things can happen to you in a day, let alone a week, to where you like, fuck, man, what the fuck? But hey, man, you just laugh because you think about it, man. You really got to be someone special for the Lord to send you through all this hell. As the worldly saying goes, which is true, the Lord gives his strongest battles, his heaviest battles to his strongest soldiers. And based upon the video the elder apostle Ramla, as you see, GMS Info Doc channel 12, he did The Word Is Out. And in this video, I definitely inspired brothers to watch it, going into how they saying they gotta do something about the black Hebrew Israelites because they get more violent, And it makes sense, especially after what happened on the 6th with the Capitol thing. Now, the world clearly saw that it was Esau Edom up there, but some way, shape, and form, they're going to switch it into Jake, just like this COVID thing. The world clearly saw that it was, or so they say, it started in Wuhan, but it somehow went to Jake, And hey, King David constantly talked about, how Yahushua felt in that day. In Psalms 31, speaks about how he was alone, how his those of his countrymen, his other Israelites left him. He was alone, but the scriptures tell us to rejoice, going into the different, as you see, the brother Ayashamath, GMS Kingdom Minded, and the brother Yashar over here in the Jersey Kent. Be thankful even when you're catching hell. Okay? So that's a mindset we gotta have coming into these days. Yahushua told us that in the beginning. All right, as it is also written, new things. Salakia. Before they come forth, I tell you of them. So Yahushua was telling his disciples, you're gonna have to catch some hell to make it to the other side. Okay. Ezra, Uriel told Ezra that. Okay. In the book of what was that, Hebrews, the 12th chapter, right? Famous chapter. Yeah, very potent. All right. This is Hebrews 12 and 1. Wherefore, seeing we also are compassed about with so great a cloud of witnesses, let us lay aside every weight and the sin which doth so easily beset us, and let us run with patience the race that is set before us, looking unto Yahushua, the author and finisher of our faith, who for the joy that was set before him endured the cross, despising the shame, and is set down at the right hand of the throne of God. So to understand and appreciate, what you're going through, you got to stay in the word. All right. For consider him that endures such contradiction of sinners against himself. You know, so we ain't going through nothing Yahweh Shai ain't went through. You know, his story, even though it was out there in the open, people still didn't believe him. Even after all the miracles he did, people still didn't believe him. You know, and hey, just like us, even after all the things that we said in the past that is now coming to true, like the RFID chip, lockdowns, martial law, all these things are now coming to pass, and they still don't believe us. Okay, so we coming in the same steed. For consider him that endured such contradiction of sinners against himself, lest ye be weary and faint in your minds. You know, because the name of the game is opposition. All right, and the Most High sent a few good men, as it is written, he hath sent forth us the apostles last. All right, meaning what we say is going to come to pass at that, in that time frame. Nevertheless, it says he has set forth the apostles last as they were appointed to death. All right, coming in the stead of Yahweh Shai. And the thing is, in this world, it's like everybody, they see what's going on, but you can't, it's taboo to talk about it. That's the main thing. You know, like for example, a Jake could be cool with an Edomite, until Edomite gets out of line. Now it's like, oh, and he may check him, but at the same time, he still don't. It doesn't fully register that how this man is. You know, it's only when he's outwardly racist that's a problem. You know, it's almost like you could be racist but hold it back. Nah, man, the scriptures say, hey, push the truth out there, and the truth is on all avenues. You know, and whoever it offends, it offends. Yahweh Shai called us the light of the world. All right. Now, whoever's doing something in the dark, it's not like you personally getting at them, but hey, it's going to make their actions manifest. So it says, for consider him that endures such contradiction of sinners against himself, lest ye be wearied and faint in your minds. Ye have not yet resisted unto blood, striving against sin. And ye have forgotten the exhortation which speaketh unto you as unto children. My son, despise not the chastening of the Lord, nor faint when thou art rebuked of him. For whom the Lord loveth, he chasteneth, and scourgeth every son whom he receiveth. If ye endure chastening, God dealeth with you as with sons. For what son is he whom the Father chasteneth not? But if ye be without chastisement, whereof all are partakers, then are ye bastards and not sons. And at the end of the day, we just got to give up this place, man. All right? As I mentioned, let me just grab it. At the end of the day, just as Yahweh Shai went through, we're going to go through the same. Okay? I'll start at Psalms 31. I'll start at 5. Into thy hand I commit my spirit. Thou hast redeemed me, O Yahweh, God of truth. Okay? And these Psalms, man, they're profitable in every avenue, because here it is, King David. He was a warrior. He was a man of war. And he's seen firsthand what the Lord can do for you. When your enemy is camped around about. As a matter of fact, look at just the famous lifetime of Saul and King David, as far as Saul coming after King David for being righteous. He did nothing but have the strength of the Lord with him, and that was the issue. And that's the same as us. Okay? So it says, I will be glad Oh, Salaki, verse 6. I'll start at 5 again. Into thy hand I commit my spirit. Thou hast redeemed me, O Yahweh, God of truth. I have hated them that regard lying vanities, but I trust in Yahweh. I will be glad and rejoice in thy mercy, for thou hast considered my trouble. Thou hast known my soul in adversity, and hast not shut me up into the hand of the enemy. You know? And the Most High wants to see how we handle these things too. You know? So it says, and has not shut me up in the hand of the enemy that has set my feet in a large room. Have mercy upon me, O Yahweh, for I am in trouble. All right? Jacob's trouble is coming. Scriptures say judgment shall begin at the house of Israel. All right? The house of Israel are you so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. But first and foremost, even before the regular everyday peons of the so-called black, Hispanics, and Native Americans, it'll be towards the leaders. All right? The prophets that you see out there in the highways and hedges. Those that claim to be Hebrew, those that profess to be Hebrew Israelites. Whether you coming in the name of Christ, Ahaya, or Yahweh Shai, the true power. For my life is Salakia. Have mercy upon me, O Lord, O Yahweh, for I am in trouble. My eye is consumed with grief, yea, my soul and my belly. For my life is spent with grief, and my years with sighing. My strength faileth because of mine iniquity, and my bones are consumed. Hey, Yahweh Shai, man. The scriptures say he was sweating blood, man. Because that day is gonna be real. But we gotta continue to keep a positive outlook. All right, Romans 8:28 tells us that all things work for good to those that love the Heavenly Father. Psalms 34:19 tells us that many are the afflictions of the just, but the Lord delivereth him out of them all. So some way, shape, or form, you might physically be in that predicament, but your mind is like, somewhere else, man. Just in a more calm state. For my Psalms 23. He said, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I shall fear no evil. Because he was there physically, but mentally, spiritually, he was, in a higher plateau. All right. There's another scripture that speaks about how the ways of the Lord are good. Let me see. Slack it. Yeah, man. Just gotta keeping these scriptures. Proverbs 15:24. The way of life is above to the wise, that he may depart from hell beneath. Okay? Meaning he may depart from, his mind may elevate, out of what is of the flesh. As the quote goes, if you focus on what's in front of you, you will miss all the heavenly glory. A Bruce Lee quote. You focus on the finger that's in front of you, you will miss all that heavenly glory. Which proves that he had to be a Jake. All right, reading on, it says, I was approached among all my enemies, but especially among my neighbors, and a fear to my acquaintance. Again, during the time of Yahweh Shai, you had Judas Iscariot that betrayed him. You had Peter that denied him. So, hey, you gotta have that strong faith that no matter what the Lord put you through, he's going to eventually come back and receive you out of it. They that did see me without fled from me. I am forgotten as a dead man out of mind. I am like a broken vessel. For I have heard the slander of many. Fear was on every side. While they took counsel together against me, they devised to take away my life. But I trusted in thee, O Yahweh. I said, Thou art my power. My times are in thy hand. Deliver me from the hand of the enemies and from them that persecute me. Okay? So our times are in the hands of Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahweh Shai. And he does with us what he wants. We just gotta hope and pray and believe that we didn't go through this hell for nothing. Okay? So I was gonna get this, but I basically quoted it. It says, they departed from the presence of the council. Basically after they spoke truth to the people, I believe at this point they just got out of jail. Who was it? Peter. It was basically at the time when they was getting recognition, and the people of the land, they wasn't with it. This shows you too that we getting recognition and Esau can't is not with it. So he gotta slander us. He gotta slander us, and 2/3 they gonna go with it because they have a mind of Esau. Nevertheless, at the end of the day, the point I wanted to make is how the apostles, they rejoice that they were counted worthy to suffer shame for his name. Because a lot of people are not even worthy to suffer shame. And through suffering shame, as it says in 1 Peter 4:1, he that hath suffered in the flesh hath ceased from sin. So we want to pass this test so we won't eat a missile, or meet a wild beast, or meet a concentration camp, or starve to death. So it's going to be way worse judgments than that. Nevertheless, it's going to seem in the flesh that is really bad for us. But we just got to continue to be spiritual. So Lord willing, you Akim will edify. Shalom to the elect.